How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another pack therapy video. So today I want to start possibly a sports card 101 series where people who want to jump into the sports card scene can kind of get some tips. Maybe some TCG people who are considering collecting sports cards. I've been seeing that a lot lately, which is pretty great, going from sports cards to TCGs such as Pokemon, One Piece, and vice versa. So I think it's a great time to create one of these videos. So if you're interested in sports cards and are kind of overwhelmed like myself, I definitely think of myself as a beginner as well, still learning things, but I think this is a good video for those who are just jumping into the scene and kind of want to know what's out there, what to look for, and what things to collect. Let's get into it right after this. More fish. Ooh, Brownie James. Numbered 4 of 5. Pack therapy starts now. All right, welcome back. Let's jump right into it. Let's start by me saying I am nowhere near an expert in sports card collecting. I've been collecting sports cards for maybe 2 years now, and so yeah, I'm not an expert, but I do think I could provide a perspective being a beginner, because I remember exactly how it felt. I was very overwhelmed trying to figure out which one to collect, so I was buying a little bit here and there. Found out some products, it just wasn't for me, so wasted a lot of money there, and so yeah, I think I could provide a perspective as a beginner to those absolutely beginning. Okay, so let's start with Absolute Football here. This one is one of the cheaper ones to get, ranging from $25 a blaster box. And these are the blaster box. They're a small box that contains usually around, 6 packs, depending on which ones you get. So if you're a Pokemon collector, this would kind of be the size of a booster bundle. And so with every football product, usually there's tiers to it. So this is the blaster box. There's a mega box, which is slightly bigger, and there's a hobby box, which is essentially a booster box if you're collecting Lorcana. It's roughly around that size. And each product within each brand, like for example Absolute Football, if you get a blaster box, the cards you can get in the mega box and in the hobby box are different. They're not created equal. Not like in TCGs like Pokemon, where if you buy a booster bundle, a booster box, blister packs, all of it, you can get every card in each one of those products. Sports cards, it's not the same. So the way you can find out what you can get is looking at the side here. Let's open this one up, and I can show you. It can be overwhelming because there's a lot of words, and you see all the different cards you can get, and you're like, well, what are even those cards? So I'll try to break it down to you as easy as I can. So this is what you can get in this product. In this blaster box specifically, it's a lot of words, but what we're looking for here is the kaboom case hits. That's usually why people open this product specifically. Not a lot of people are into the cards, the cards that you usually get in here. It's not very appealing in comparison to the other ones. Now, appeal and likability is, subjective. So there are people that are going to love the way that looks, but general consensus is it's not for them. But the chase for in here, the kabooms, everyone can agree they're pretty sweet. Hard to get, but that's what that's why you're buying these products usually. So let's take a look. Now, in the sports card scene, what you'll hear a lot is parallels and numbered cards. I remember hearing those numbered cards, kind of self-explanatory, but parallels, what does parallels mean? So what you'll find is each pack has your regular cards that you'd collect, and it's usually, they're called the base cards. And now with parallels is usually you know, parallels is a change in, usually a change in color. So you'll see when I open this, I'll show you a parallel, but here's the base cards. So these are just the regular cards here. We're starting off with a rookie card, which is shown right here in this symbol, which is usually what you want. There's the rookie card, which is the rookie version of the base set. So here's a green parallel. It's hardly noticeable in this set, excuse me, because of just the way the set is, but you see that kind of green swish and the green font on the absolute, so that makes this a green parallel. And so this one is a base because it's kind of just your regular card, you know, nothing special with the color. But there's that, Trey Hendrickson. And then here we have an insert. Insert is what you're also gonna see in sports cards, and basically what that is, it's just a nice little thing to design to kind of change up the base cards. And it's kind of cool. Usually they're pretty cool. So with that being said, Kaboom, since it looks very different from the base cards, is considered an insert. And so this one's called the Rookie Wave of Kyle Williams. And then there's another base card, not a rookie, Sam Darnold. Congrats to him for making the Super Bowl. Christian McCaffrey, Geno Smith, and Quentin Johnston. All right, so that was the first pack. So this one, yeah, this came with 6 packs. So the great thing about sports cards compared to trading cards is they kind of tell you what you can get. At least Panini does. Panini is the company that makes these cards specifically. There's also Topps. Topps has a different way of letting you know what you can get. But yeah, see, you're finding the Kaboom insert here. It tells you if you're getting the blaster box, you're getting green parallels, which you've seen already. So if you were to get a hobby box or a mega box, it might say something completely. Usually it says something different. You get different parallels. Okay. So there's kind of an incentive to get each product, because if you want to chase the different parallels, then you have certain parallels that might be exclusive to a certain product. All right. Alfred Collins. Here's another insert. You can see, right? Completely different. Kind of spices things up. It's kind of cool. We have Hog Heavens of Brian Thomas Jr. Very cool. Geno Smith in Seattle uniform. Quinn Johnston again. Jamar Chase. What? 2 Jamar Chases? Crazy. David Montgomery. Kenneth Walker. All right, what have we talked about? So we talked about inserts, rookies. Let's go on. Jordan Bach. Kyle McCord, rookie. Cool. This is a nice insert. You see what I mean? You can tell when it's an insert. It just kind of pops out at you. This one's a nice one. Draft Diamonds of Amon-Ra. Great player too. David Montgomery, Kenneth Walker, Chase Brown, Jake Ferguson, and Tyreek Hill. Not bad looking cards. Not bad looking cards. In my opinion, though, just a comparative, like based off these other 3 we have back here, I definitely like the other ones. This is definitely, if I were to choose between the 4, this would probably be the bottom of my list, and I think others would kind of agree. At least for the most part. Let's see, we have Tesla, the rookie, with a little bit of dent there. Bucky Irving on the green. And that's what I think is kind of unfortunate with Absolute. When it comes to the parallels, it's you can hardly tell. When we open the other products, you can easily tell the different parallels. By Storm, nice insert there. Trey Harris. Chase Brown in every single one. Every single pack, we've been getting a Chase Brown. Can we get auto of him? Please? Jahmyr Gibbs. Auto is another word you'll hear. As dumb as it probably sounds, I kind of didn't know what that meant initially, but autos mean autographs. Autographs of the players. Ooh, here's another one that you can get, a mem. Mem is a memorabilia, short for memorabilia, and it comes with a nice little patch, a jersey patch there. Nice, and it's a good one too, of Travis Hunter. Cool, cool, cool. Now with Panini products, usually the patch is not player worn, and they'll tell you. This one is not from any specific game or event. So that's where, yeah, you look in the back to kind of see if it's player worn, but most cases with Panini products, they are not. But that's a cool one. That's a very cool one. We'll take care of all the hits at the end of the video, sleeved and top loaded. Theo Johnson, Jahmyr Gibbs. Wow, we're getting doubles. Jordan Love, Brock Bowers. Okay, last pack. All right. So another thing you'll hear is numbered cards. What is numbered cards? So sometimes cards are limited and they'll be numbered, so they'll be serialized. So some cards are to $2.99. So when you hear that, what that means is they'll be assigned a specific number. Say, for example, with Cam Ward, awesome card, by the way. If it was serialized, it might say 1 out of 299. That means there's only 299 copies of that in existence, and you have the one labeled number 1. And so that's pretty cool too. It makes it very limited compared to the base cards where we kind of really don't know. They're just printed to the ground. But with numbered cards, 299 to existence, and the numbers can range from 1 of 1 to over 1,000. Like in baseball cards, they can be over 1,000. But yeah, 1 of 1, which means they make a card that there's only 1 in existence, which is pretty awesome coming from, you know, Pokemon and, you know, trading cards work, because I don't think that really works. You need to make multiple cards because it's a playing game, but 1 of 1 of a single card, pretty darn cool to have. Here's our green parallel of Tyleik Williams. A rookie wave, Luther Burton III, Jordan Love, another Brock Bowers, Devontae Smith, Joe Mixon, and Tua Tagovailoa. Not bad, not bad. Okay, let's put that aside here. All right, let's hop on to Donruss. Now, Donruss, in my opinion, is the cheapest. Well, it's definitely one of the cheaper ones you can get, but also I think overall a great product because it's a nice. It's the for one, it's the flagship of Panini products, but at least I believe, because it just has that, you know, when you look at it, like, oh, this is an OG set, and it has a nice basic look, and so it's cheap. And if you look on the side, if we were comparing it to what you can get on Absolute Football, way more things you can get. Okay, so the best numbered card, serialized card you can get for an Absolute, and this product specifically, the blaster box, is to 50. Here, I think they are numbered to 1, so you can get 1 of 1s here. I mean, that's great. You can get the memorabilias. Usually that's inclusive in most products. Autographs you can get in here. Yep. And the chase is possible here as well. Where can I find it? It's called the Downtown. And they are beautiful cards. That's arguably my favorite insert that you can get in any football products. Me personally, I like that the best. Just because I don't know, they just killed it with the design. Like, it has that cartoony look, and in the background they kind of represent the city that they play in. Like, say for example, Ashton Genty, if there was a downtown of him, maybe they'd put like maybe the Luxor or one of the fancy hotels in Vegas. Or if it was a 49er player, maybe have the Golden Gate Bridge in the background. I just think that's just awesome. And so here it is. Here's the base cards for Donruss. Actually, let's, so we can look at, keep referring to which ones we're opening. I'm gonna get these boxes back in. So we just did Absolute. Here's Donruss. My favorite of the cheaper products. So these two are usually $25 a blaster box. So of the two, Donruss is definitely my favorite. So here's the base look, right? OG, clean, just clean, right? Compared to Absolute base cards. You know, both of them are nice, but you know, it really depends. You know, beauty is subjective, so collect what you like. But I like the way Donruss looks, so that's why I definitely buy more of these than Absolute. And let's keep going. Derek Carr, I miss him. I wish he was still playing. Ramsey, okay, you could definitely tell the different parallel here. Red parallel. Base, okay, and so usually the numbered cards are a different parallel, so it's a different color. Sometimes it's not just a change of color. Sometimes they add a design like snakeskin or blossom. But yeah, some people like to collect what the rainbow is what they call, when you want to collect all the different colors. So you can collect all the players that you like on a team. You collect the different parallels, the colors of the card. You know, it's just so much ways you can collect sports cards, and I didn't realize that when I first jumped in, and there's a little something for everyone. Here's a real good one, Jackson Dart, rated rookie. So that's the symbol for their rookie card. Very, very popular logo. Rated rookie. Yeah, so people love these rated rookie symbols when it comes to these cards. Jackson Dart. Followed by Quinn Ewers. Nice rookies we're getting for this pack. All right, upside down. Chris Godwin, Ed Reed, Harold Carmichael, David Montgomery, Phil Davis, Mayfield, Michael Wilson. All right, next pack. Josh Allen, Tyler Boyd, Dickerson, first rookie, second rookie. Oh man, we're flipping cards here. Montez Sweat, Joe Mixon, Jason Neal, right here. You know it when you see it. An insert. That's a nice one. Beautiful. Rated Rookies Retro, Will Howard. Awesome. Rich Gannon, Troy Franklin, Fairbairn, What a Leg, and Brees Hall. All right. And also look at these packs. Very thick. These come with a lot of cards. So each blaster box, they all say something a little bit different. This one comes with 48, 90 cards, 24 cards total there, 24 cards total there. So that plays in a factor if you want to collect a full set, right? Most likely you're going to get a full set if you get this one, because you get more cards. Assuming each set is roughly around the same. I don't know actually how much is in each set, so it might be because there's just generally more cards in this one in total, but things to consider. Drake May, congrats on getting to the Super Bowl. Jacoby Myers, whoops. T.O. Will Howard rookie. Nice. Cam Ward rookie. Micah Parsons. James Conner Kelsey. Ooh. Here's an insert of Vortex of Jaden Higgins. We're getting some nice rookies. Very nice. John Jefferson Pearsall. And a kid reporter. All right. 3 more packs left. Geno Stone, Alvin Kamara, Jaden Reed, Trey Tucker, rated rookie, Derek Harmon. This one feels a little different. Marion Overshone, Michael Mayer, Lockett. What is that? Oh, we got something back there. Ooh, we got a Cam Ward, rated rookie, insert. Now this one has different texture. It's almost like a canvas look. So they do that with some of these cards too. That's pretty cool. And then this may be an optic preview of Pat Bryant. So this is a preview of its premium brother or sister or whatever have you. Let's take a look at this one. So this is kind of what you're going to see with these optics. You can see the optics here. So you get a preview of that in these Donruss, because usually this comes out first. And so you can tell, yeah, this is the premium older brother or sister. Essentially the same thing, but on a premium card. It's almost like a plastic overlay. It's kind of slippery. So nice card. Nice card. I'm glad I got to show you that to you guys. Oops, let's put that over here. Okay, 2 more packs. And usually the rookie cards are a little bit of the player is usually more desirable. Just because if I were to compare it to like maybe Pokemon, it's like a first edition, right, of that card. And usually they're more desirable. So yeah. Another thing to consider. Another thing to collect if you want to collect rookies. J.J. McCarthy, rookie. Tootin. Egbuka, that's a nice rookie to get. ETN, Wilson, Johnston. Oh, nice. Ashton Genty. White hot rookies. That's a nice insert right there. And sometimes in between the different sets, they have different pictures, so you can collect all of them if you want to collect different designs of the same character. So many options. Collect what you like. Do you in terms of how you want to collect. The last pack. Okay. Sometimes we like to do this to kind of get a little tease on what we can get. It doesn't look like we're going to get a downtown. So I don't get to show you that, unfortunately. Arroyo, unrated rookie. Membo. Davis. What? Tate. An insert of Jaden Daniels. Nice. Eli Manning, Pacheco, Chubb. Okay. That's Donruss for you. We got some pretty good rookies. So, can't complain. You know, those inserts that people are chasing, like, for example, the Kaboom and the Downtowns, they're very hard to get. So, you don't expect to get them, but when you do, it's amazing. Okay, let's jump into the older brother / sister of Donruss. Now these are a premium, so they're gonna command a increase in price. So these usually go for about 30 to 35 compared to these two back here, and that's because you saw the cards. They're nice. You know, they're thicker. They have a nice plasticky feel to them, and great thing about this product, man, is just there's so much things you can get. You can get downtowns like in the Donruss, and I think even more. Like, let's look here. You can even get, look at this. You can get numbered to 1 here. 1 of 1s are possible in here. You can get your autos. Where am I? Uptown. So Uptowns is a new insert that they've been adding for maybe a couple years now, and so it looks like the downtowns, but they're a little bit more easier to get. Still hard to get, but a little more easier to get than downtowns, and a variety of different downtowns. You can get duos, so there'd be 2 players instead of just 1. And yeah, this is just a great product, and I think a lot of people will agree that this is probably the best of both worlds in regards to getting nice things. It looks cool. The ceiling in regards to getting good cards it's there, and then the rookies are beautiful. So they even base rookies are pretty collectible. If you're collecting for value, if that's your thing. I like to do a little combo of both. It's nice. It feels nice to have a card other people wants, but I'll keep it if I like it personally, right? But yeah, here it is, Optic. Let's see what we get. Hopefully, it would be nice. I mean, I don't expect us to get a nice little case hit or Uptown Downtown, but if we do, that'd be cool. And yeah, arguably most fun blaster box to collect, just because you have the option of you get the chance of hitting multiple $1,000 cards from this set, from the numbered downtowns. Right here you can get just regular downtowns. Here you can get numbered downtowns. So on top of it being rare, it's just insanely rare at that, and highly desirable. And so when you buy these are kind of hard to find. If you go to your local Target, Walmart, you probably won't find them. I was lucky to find one as they were restocking, so I got one. And yeah, they're hard to get. You can find them online, but they're charging usually double the price. And we buy them. I'm guilty of buying them too, just because you get really nice cards. For some, it's still worth it to pay the premium to buy these cards. But yeah, without further ado, let's see what we can get. A lot thinner packs because there's only 4. So I'm just trying to go a little easier on this. So interesting, right? More expensive product, but you get only 4 cards. What does that tell you? And there it is. Nice card started off. Rated rookie of McMillan. Look at that. Very nice. And so here's the pink parallel. We've got Nick Scorton, rated rookie. Nice one too. And so these are, you can really tell when you get a parallel. And this is a nice one to collect the rainbow, because look at that. Very nice. They have black, orange. You put them all together. It looks really cool. Cooper Cup. Coop. And Eller. Next pack. All right, looks very similar to Donruss. Very similar, so it has that kind of OG, just like clean, basic look. So we got Taj Brooks, Aaron Smith on the pink parallel, Jerry Jeudy, Derek Carr. All right. And not to confuse you anymore with, you know, how I told you how this is a blaster box and they got megas and hobbies. Sometimes with certain products, you know, there's, for example, Optic, there is a different blaster you can get. This one is a Target exclusive, and you can tell because it's a red box and it comes with pink parallels. The Walmart version of the same blaster box comes with purple parallels, purple shock parallels is what they call it, and it's in a different colored box. And so if it wasn't confusing enough, there's that. But that's kind of something that you can kind of deal with a little bit later, because I feel like as a beginner, I don't think it meant much to me because I was just kind of happy to open up cards. But eventually you might like certain parallels. All right, rated rookie, Harold Fenton. Here's an insert of Eric Armstead. Nice shine, right? Nico Collins. And Hines Ward. Sorry, just kind of pre-sorting my cards here. 3 more packs left. And Jaden Blue on the rated rookie. Ooh, here's a nice parallel. So you can, I don't know if you can tell, so this is a hollow parallel or a silver parallel. This is a nice one. This will probably be the only one we get in the box. So that means they're a little bit more desirable, a little bit more rare, because the pink parallels we get 3. Usually we get 1 in here. And if I were to compare it to the base, small little difference. Has a little refractor, more shiny silvery look. A lot more desirable. So if you like that, there's that. Chris Godwin. And Josh Allen. Can we get an Uptown, please? I'd like to show you guys one. Ooh, looks like we got another silver back there. Abdul Carter, rated rookie. And then our silver, Jamison Wilson. Very cool. Stephon Diggs. And Micah Parsons. Last pack. Oh, just a pink parallel back there. All right. Graham Mertz. And, ooh, not a bad one to get. A pink parallel of Marion Hampton. Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Zay Flowers. And Khalil Shakir. All right. Decent box, decent box. I won't complain. All right, last one. Prizm Football. Now, this one is definitely an interesting one. This is probably, arguably, the creme de la creme in their garage. So just beautiful looking cards. It's on a premium. It's on a premium card, so it has that nice shiny finish, and yeah, just beautiful set to collect for parallels numbered cards. The case hits are the inserts such as the Prizmania, the Color Blast, and the mangas. They're just so beautiful. You know, there's 3 different, you know, cool looking inserts that you can get that are super short printed. Unfortunately, those are only found in, I believe, the hobby box. I'm not, maybe other different boxes as well, but for the blasters itself, they are not possible. You will get 5 disco parallels, which is exclusive. This is, I believe, the Target one. So if you get, like I said, the Walmart one, it's going to be different. You're getting the silvers, the shiny silvers, and memorabilia cards, the patch cards. If we come to the side here, we'll confirm that, yeah, those inserts are not in here. But, you know, that's telling in itself where they feel like they don't got to put them in here. And people still buy them. I, like myself, a lot shorter possibilities compared to here. You're pretty much just looking for different parallels. Let's see, there's autographs too. No numbered cards. And yeah, none of the popular mangas, the Prizmanias or the Color Blast, but we open them anyways because, as you'll see, they're nice looking cards. You know, many videos online, very controversial products. The blaster boxes are, just because, you know, some people like them because you can still get the nice parallels, but you know, some people stay away because, you know, they want the chase cards. Myself, I'm leaning more towards staying away. Not staying away, but I'll limit myself to buying Prizm. I'll open Donruss and Optic all day. Look at that. Beautiful card. These are the base, and it looks like we already got our silver in the back. James Lofton, if we compare. See that refractor, a little bit silver kind of hint to it. Yep, so these ones, highly desirable. And you know, base cards too, you know, out of all the base cards, the Prizm base cards, if you're looking for value, usually kind of hold up pretty well comparatively. And then the silver parallels, or just parallels in general, they hold pretty good value. A lot of people like to chase the rainbows and Prizms. And then here's our Target exclusive, the white discos. Look at that. Parallels, how cool they are. Man, they are beautiful. And Malik Neighbors, a good card. Not his rookie year, but, you know, that man's awesome. He's very good. And Sherwood. Next pack. Jake Ferguson. And I didn't mention this yet, but then each year they change the design. Like the borders, they're different every year. And usually there's a small difference between all the products, so you can differentiate. But yeah, they make noticeable changes on Prizm every year. What do we got here? It's upside down. We got an insert. Oh, no, it's not. It's just our rookie card. Savion Williams. Jaden Daniels on the second year. Nice. And Bo Nix. Very nice. Oops. All right, Terrell Suggs. Ooh, here's our next white disco parallel of Kendra Miller. Jeez. It's probably my favorite. White parallels on Optic or Prizm, man, are just so cool. Or excuse me, not Optic. Now, I guess I'm just referring to Prizm, but man, yeah, beautiful. Ooh, and we got a second one of TJ Sanders. Awesome. Was that an extra? So are we going to get 6 total? Box says we come with 5. Oh, on average. So, hey, Can we be above average? No. We can use that. Ooh, what's going on here? Let's just flip this one right over. Kyle Monengai, rookie. Tyler Warren. Here's one of the inserts, the Emergence. Rookie. Nice. Jerome Bettis and Steve Spurrier. 2 more packs. Marshall Falk. Ooh, Hunter Henry on the white disco parallel. Woody Marks. Nice. 2 in there also. And Mark Andrews. I think we already got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. All right, so all of our boxes have been pretty average, but you know, I had a fun time. I like the rookies that we got. I'm glad we got to showcase different parallels. So I guess it's a nice way to showcase what you're most likely to get. Yeah, since mine was pretty average, maybe slightly above by a twinge just because I like the rookies that I got, but just based off of that, nothing else really. Ooh, we got an auto back there. Hold up. What do we got? Rich Gannon. We got Cam Chancellor. What a way to end it off, you guys. Wow. Let's see who it is. Let me lift it up a little bit. Significant signatures. Ooh. Alec Aymanor. Aymanor. I don't know who this is, but that is awesome. You don't complain about autos. You just take it. Especially in a blaster box. That's cool. Who is this? Oh, not much. Cool. Let's see. Take care of this one right now. We got one. We got something to show you guys. There's your auto, your autograph. This one is a sticker auto. You can see because there's a sticker. They kind of just put it on the card. Sometimes with autographs, they autograph on the card, which is a little bit more desirable. But this one is a sticker auto. That's okay. Auto is an auto, but just something to kind of mention. There are different kinds. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So that does it for the rip. Let me know as a beginner which one do you guys like? Which ones have you guys seen? Which one but didn't see here and would like to see? Maybe we can showcase that next. What further questions do you have? My veteran collectors, which one would you guys like? Which one is your favorite? Why? And which one do you like least and why? Myself, if I were to rate it, I think my favorite is probably Donruss, followed by, Optic, followed by Donruss, Prizm, and then Absolute for blaster boxes, right? Because each different product, you can get different things. But yeah, I think this is how I'd organize it. I'd probably do Optic just because it's, you know, the beautiful cards, the chances of getting, you know, really, really nice, you know, case hits, you know, really one of ones. It's there. It's all there in this. Here, Donruss is a slight step down, arguably, just because it's more of the paper, the less quality of the cards is you know, it's basic, it's cardboard, which is fine for me, personally. But you know, you put Donruss and Optic, they're almost the same. It's just a little bit more premium. If you're leaning towards more premium and you can afford the extra few dollars for it, Optic, right? But if you don't mind the cardboard, then Donruss. You pay a little bit less too, so you can open more packs, you get more cards. So if that's more important to you, there's that. Prizm, I just, beautiful cards, right? But you don't get much here. In this case, this is probably our best hit because we got an auto, but this is not very common in these blaster boxes. And an Absolute Football, just because the style is not much for me. The parallels I don't like very much because you don't see that significant change for my liking. It's just kind of they change the font color. And the kabooms are very hard to get. You can open up 20, 30 of them and never get one on here. So for me, I just don't. I just buy less of it. If I'm seeing these, I'm gonna choose these over Absolute. But let me know what you guys think of the video. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see. Have any questions? Let's get maybe we can get a conversation started with absolute beginners and some veterans out there. Give us your tips too. But until next time, bye bye.